Well, I'm in Skegness. There's a brand new Travelodge just opened and I've come to check it out. I haven't stopped in a Travelodge for absolutely ages. I've booked a Superoom and this particular property has got a bar and a restaurant. So we're going to spend the evening, we're going to check out the dinner service and we're also going to check out what the breakfast is like as well. But before all of that, we need to go and get checked in. Come on. It's only been open a couple of weeks. It was meant to open actually the first week in September, which is where we are now. However, I think what they tried to do is capture some of the bank holiday custom, and therefore it's been open about 2 weeks. Not sure what the 600 means. I assume maybe their 600th property. Look at that, a nice fancy vending machine on entry. It's like being in Japan. So yeah, we will be getting some of that later. We'll try that meal deal, and we are going to have breakfast in the morning. Reception 85 Bar Cafe. Reception located on the 5th floor. Lift smells nice, which is kind of an odd thing to say for a lift, isn't it? Well, I thought that was all going to go horrendously wrong. When I was checking in, the lady was saying that I hadn't got a Superoom and I'd been downgraded because apparently they had overbooked Superrooms versus the amount of Superrooms they actually had. She said they'd booked for 16 Superrooms when they've actually only got 4. But luckily, she managed to sort me out. So I have retained the Superoom. She also seemed extremely stressed. I don't think the systems were working properly. Apparently the lifts hadn't been working up until yesterday and they had no bar staff up until tonight. Clearly bringing the hotel opening forward has put massive strain on the staff and clearly they weren't ready. Definition of corporate greed maybe. Still got a very fresh smell to it, which I've never experienced in a hotel before. Room's not massive by any stretch of the imagination, but let's have a look around. Now the first thing I noticed when I entered the room was the fact that I was drawn straight to the window and the view of the dunes and the sea just beyond it. However, we will come back to that in just a short while. But as you enter the room on the right hand side, you've got here what I thought was a little bit of wall art. However, you can in fact deploy and retract these little wooden cylinders. So I can only assume there's additional hanging space for coats or jumpers or hoodies or whatever. We have got hanging space down there, but it looks like you've got extra there, which is a nice bonus, I guess. You've got your hairdryer and your full-size mirror. Hello everybody. And nice modern aluminium wall sockets. Apparently a feature of a Superoom is the addition of a nice comfy chair to sit in, so I'm going to try that in a bit, but that is very nice. It is nicely kept in with the room design. 32-inch Samsung TV is another feature of a Superoom, and if we look at that control, as the legendary Walk With Me Tim would say, that is on point in terms of the branding. Travelodge branded remote control, how about that? Decent sized desk with a Lavazza coffee machine, Kit Kats and Clipper hot chocolate. I quite like this little thing that it's placed on, just finishes that off nicely. We've got Twinings sugar and a bit of coffee as well. A little fridge with some Radnor sparkling water in. So all this, the coffee machine, the Samsung TV and the chair are all additions for a Superoom. Extra mirror there, hello again. Here is your hanging space. You've got those nice quality coat hangers. Some with the clips there, which is nice. Room to put your cases and your bags. In terms of the beds, the family are joining me later. So you've got 1, 2 singles each side, and obviously the double for myself and Claire. So I'm going to try that out in a minute. But all this is nice, light, airy, and although the room isn't massive, it does give you, and I'm assuming it's the way it's been designed, to make it feel light and airy, if you like. So look at this, I do like these. Reading lights is integrated into the headboard, and then you've got this nice long LED strip across the top, which you do tend to see now in a lot of new hotels. It seems to be a standard design feature. Oh yes, look at that. It's even got a nice fade as you turn it off, and you've got the same on the other side as well, obviously. What USBs has it got, because I didn't notice. Yeah, you've got the new USB and the old USB. Forgive me because I can't remember the naming convention of them all. Bathroom then. Let's have a look in here. This doesn't look massive. There's this little space in the corner. Here we go. And this is a typical, from what I remember, Travelodge toilet. Although a new one. Little toilet with your sink and bath, shower head, hair and body wash, and hand soap, which, is that empty? I think there's a little bit in there. And your shaving socket. That's nice. I like that. So there you have the bathroom. Let's check out how soft and how comfortable the bed is. Straight away as I sit down there, I can tell that is very nice and soft. Yeah, I think that'll do. Nice one, Travelodge. Thank you very much. That seems very, very comfortable. And finally, let's just take a look at the view. So as I say, you can just about see the beach, the dunes, and here's the boating lake, with a few people enjoying an afternoon boat, if that's the right terminology. I don't know if it is. And you can see, I'm hoping you get an idea of how conveniently located it is to the fun fair. As I said earlier, we are going to eat here later. I've never eaten a Travelodge in my life, so I'm intrigued to see what that's going to be like. Service starts at 6 and runs till 8 PM. The menu is pretty limited. Obviously, Travelodges aren't full-service hotels, so you're never going to have a copious amount of choice. But while I'm waiting for Claire and the kids to turn up, I think I'm going to chill out for a bit and check out that 32-inch Samsung. See you in a bit. Evening, girls are turned up. I'm starving. I've had no lunch. I'd imagine that you lot are starving as well. Would I be right in thinking that? Always. Hard day at school. Hard day at school. Worked up an appetite. Let's just go.
I'll never forget that meal when we were in Greece. And we just could not eat anymore. And then you just kept eating.
Right, I think there's a few issues. It took us about 15 minutes to get the food ordered. They're obviously short-staffed. It looks like everybody's doing the best and they're all lovely. but there is some operational issues at this moment in time. We had to do 2 separate transactions for the food and then the drinks. The lady who took her order was the receptionist. There was nobody else about. They were in the back clearly preparing food and doing other stuff. But we got there in the end. We've had a burger, we've had 2 chicken wings I think, and a Chipotle pizza, followed by some dessert which we'll come to. So hopefully they'll all be good. Right, you'll never believe this. Ordered the food at 7:25. Been sat there till 8:30. Still no food. Went to check at reception. Guy said it was going to be another 20 minutes. And I was like, how could it be another 20 minutes? We ordered like an hour ago. Another lady come out, asked her, and apparently our order didn't get sent to the kitchen because the lady that took the order, which was the receptionist, didn't realise the receipt machine was broken in the kitchen, so it didn't go through to the kitchen. I've just got a refund and we're going to go to McDonald's. What a nightmare. Here we are, Mackie D's. Well, that's the only option we've got left. I'm so hungry. Right, we are back. A double quarter pounder and a chocolate milkshake did the job. I just hope breakfast tomorrow goes a lot better than it has this afternoon and this evening. See you in the morning. Good morning. Well, I'm pleased to report that all the beds were extremely comfortable. We had a great night's sleep and we are all fresh and good to go. I also had a shower this morning and the shower head was the one with the 3 different settings for the jets. That was also very nice. We're now going to head to breakfast. Hopefully we will get some this morning because it is actually self-service. So let's head up and see what's on offer. Well, guess what? We've turned up and there's no food at the buffet. People up there have been standing and waiting for about 20 minutes. I'm going to have a coffee while I'm waiting, but I'm not hanging around and waiting forever for some bacon and egg. It's just ridiculous. Well, I managed to get half a breakfast. I got some beans, mushrooms, egg and sausage. There was no hash brown and no bacon, but the food runs out very quickly and there's not even that many people in the restaurant at the moment, so God knows what it's going to be like when it gets busy. What did you manage to get, Ava?
I feel like a real YouTuber now. I managed to get
You are a real YouTuber.
I got some mushrooms, I got some scrambled egg, I got some beans, I got some bacon, I got some sausage.
Oh, so you did get...
Oh yeah.
You got more than what I did then?
Yeah, they had more out, but we had to wait until most of it came out.
Oh, so there we have it. We've just checked out of the Travelodge Skegness Seafront. What can I say about that, Ava? Well, actually, I've got quite a bit to say, so if you want to bear with me, I will just run through it. Clearly, the hotel has been opened before it's ready to be opened, and I can see why Travelodge have done it, obviously to capitalise on that bank holiday custom, but in reality, don't open a hotel unless the hotel is absolutely ready to be opened, else things are going to go downhill pretty quickly. The fact that the system allowed the mass overbookings of superrooms is a recipe for disaster. People that turn up expecting to be checked into a superroom and then downgraded at check-in isn't going to pan out well at all. Obviously, we didn't get any dinner whatsoever, after waiting 50 minutes to find out the order actually hadn't gone through to the kitchen. The machine, or the receipt machine, was broken, which is crazy. Again, it's broken after 2 weeks of operation, just absolutely mad. And then the breakfast situation this morning just topped the whole thing off, to be quite honest. And these are issues that Travelodge need to sort out really quickly. Actually, the current situation is very beneficial to the local B&Bs and also the Premier Inn down the road. Having said all of that, the staff were absolutely lovely, and honestly, they are trying their absolute best. We could see that. They are trying their absolute best, bless them, given the current situation. So full kudos to them, and it's just a shame that they have to take the brunt of all the issues at this moment in time. The hotel itself is a step up from the travel lodges that I've stayed in the past. It's a nice hotel. I've got no issue with that whatsoever, and the Superoom was of a really good standard for a budget hotel, and the beds were really, really comfortable. But what did we pay? Well, for the night, including breakfast, for the four of us, we paid £111.67, which normally I would say is good value, but at this moment in time, probably not. Well, I hope you found this video useful and informative. It was certainly an eye-opener for us, wasn't it, Ava? Please do consider liking and subscribing, and also hyping. Hyping is a new feature on YouTube, which really does help the channel grow and get discovered. If you do enjoy UK seaside content and want to see more of it, you can check out this video here above Ava's head, where me and my dad went to enjoy a day out at Mablethorpe, or you can check this video out here next to me, where me and Ava went for a day at Hunstanton to see how much a day at the British seaside costs in 2025. That is all from us for now. Thank you very much as always for watching, and we shall see you very soon in the next one. See you later.